What's up, guys? Back at you again with the GTO. Got the heater on out here in the garage. It's pretty warm. Big undertaking today. We're doing our rear suspension finally. Springs, drag bags. This is the big part. Rear subframe bushings. So, and I got all the other bushings there. I got to clean off the top of the toolbox before we get started. Like to have a clean work surface. But I got the car jacked up, wheels off, light under it. First step is to remove the exhaust for the mid pipes back. So I'm going to talk to you guys real fast about these subframe bushings. I'm getting ready to install this aftermarket perch bushing, but I've been asking around and some people have mixed feelings about how easy these subframe bushings are to change. Now if you're doing them on the car, number one, you're probably doing it wrong because you're going to have to realign this cradle anyway, so it doesn't really hurt to drop it, and it doesn't take a lot to drop it. It probably is a pain in the butt, but I got it off the car here and we're sitting here and I just got a couple of simple tools. Hammer. Got a little dingleberry home just to clean it out a little bit. Grease. And here we go. Old one out. No problems. Clean this up a little. Wipe it out. Feel up in there. Feels pretty decent. Throw a little bit of the supplied lubricant on this. Supplied grease. So you don't have any creaks and stuff like that when you're all done. Slide it in from the bottom. Kind of got to press a little, but you can get it in there. Now follow the directions for these. They come with the kit. Sandwich it together. Subframe bushing changed out. I don't know, that might have took me 30 seconds. Alright, so I've already done the full driver's side. Replaced all the bushing. So we're getting ready to time lapse. I'm gonna pull the control arm off of this side. And once I get the control arm off, we'll put it on the ground over there. And I'll show you a little better on how I got these bushings out. As you can see with the equipment I got here, it does kind of flop around a little bit, having the whole rear end out, trying to take the control arms off. But the important thing to note here is nothing got tore up, and you can do this at home with basic tools. So don't let this job scare you. The one thing you are going to need is when you go to put it back together, I already have mine over here, is the alignment tool for the rear cradle to put it back in. So just real quick while we're here, I'll just explain a couple of things. On the bushing on this side here, you have a bushing that kind of, the lip of the bushing comes up around the control arm on both ends. So what we're going to do is use a drill and drill bit or even a circle saw, and you'll cut some of that out before you'll drive the bushing out. And on the other side over here, we just have a lip on the one side, and the other side there's no lip. So I'll be able to just heat this up with fire and drive that bushing out. So I've got a GoPro down here so you can see a little bit of a closer angle. But what we're gonna do here is I got a bushing driver set from your local AutoZone. You can rent the tool, get your money back when you return it. If you don't want to do that, just use a socket and an extension. But we're gonna heat this bushing up and drive it out that way. And you can buy these at your local hardware store for 20 or 30 bucks. Put your driver on there. Like take a dingleberry home, get in there. Clean everything out. And that one right there is ready for a new bushing. Throw that one in the trash. So now what we're gonna do for this bushing that has a lip on both ends, we'll take our dingleberry home off. I'm gonna put a circle saw on there, hole saw. And if you don't have one of these, don't worry. A regular drill bit will do the trick. We're gonna go in here with the hole saw first. And just said, if you want to use a regular drill bit, you can just go in there and drill a bunch of holes like so. What you're doing here is you're removing this material to have, so it has less strength now to beat it out. So again, we're going to heat it up, drive it out. Get it good and hot. Again, the more holes you drill, the better it'll be. The hotter it gets, the easier it'll be. See if we can drive this thing out. Boom! There's the other bushing out. Dingleberry hunt again. I just throw it in my drill, get back in here, and I clean it out. Now we'll clean up our mess and we'll install the new bushings. Now that we got that part done, new control arm bushings. I got my GoPro down here to get a little better angle of me installing these too. Just tear your lube open or your grease. Apply them out on there, spread it around. Make sure it's evenly spread out. Push it in. Push it in. Yep, didn't need a dead blow. Push it in. I take my little metal sleeve, spread it around on that as well. Slide it in. Now we'll do this one. Slide it in. Now we'll do this one. Hey guys, I was editing this video and I noticed that they were getting a little long. So I'm gonna go ahead and break this whole rear suspension video down into 3 separate videos. This obviously was the first one where we dropped the whole rear cradle and we changed the subframe and the control arm bushings. The next video, which is coming out very shortly, will be end link bushings and sway bar bushings, as well as modifying the spring perch to accept the drag bag. And the third video, there'll be us putting this whole rear cradle back into the car and using the rear cradle alignment tool and getting the wheels and everything back on this car, the whole car buttoned up, and just finishing this whole rear suspension install and getting the car back on the ground. So I appreciate you guys tuning in, checking it out. Hopefully this video helped you a little bit. Comment down below, let me know what you thought of this video. You know, I added a little bit of music in there and I'm trying to get a little bit better with my editing. Like, share, subscribe, comment, you know, hit that little bell, all of it. So, you know, when these next 2 videos comes out, you're in the loop. Again, thanks for tuning in. Stay safe and God bless you.